In a frankly revolting recent livestream, nauseatingly titled Guess What's for Dinner, both Foodie Beauty and her guff-huffing other half Salah were on top form, giving us a series of sensory nightmares to digest, from sweat-drenched grease mukbanging and distant gunfire, all the way to actual bodily mutilation and the looming threat of a gas explosion. This livestream really had it all. Chantal kicked it off by showing a pile of gopping-looking shite from KFG, noting that she was waiting for Salah to return with bread before she eats. Less than a minute later, she's already digging in without him, because of course she is.
We're gonna share this meal for dinner. I'm waiting for him to get the bread. They forgot the Simone bread, which is the bread. So he called them just to see if it was in the thing still, the delivery thing, but it wasn't. And the guy was like, no, we're gonna just go to the store and get some. Well, I'm gonna dig in, just eat one of my pieces of something.
Salah eventually returns like the second coming of Muhammad, bearing precious carbs for the resident diabetic, who wastes no time pouring them into her mouth so quickly that she makes herself feel sick and has to turn to shisha to settle the storms in her guts.
Actually, the fried food make me feel a little bit sick.
Foodie's gastrointestinal distress face tells me that she'll be releasing brand new fragrances all night, and you can practically hear Salah lubing up in the background. The truth is, however, that the last thing on the cards for Salah at the moment is mounting his substantial wife, because he's got a much more pressing matter of his own to attend to. In a surprising toenail shift for the stream, the pair decide to subject us to some podiatric mutilation as a treat. As it turns out, Salah has been kicking so much ass over there in Syria that his big toe has grown its own bumhole, and he had to get it sorted by a specialist. Travelling to a surgery for what would be his 6th ingrown toenail procedure, Dr. Jason Voorhees apparently hacked a wedge the size of a cheese tombstone out of Salah's toe, which they gleefully showed their livestream viewers. It was a truly bittersweet moment. On one hand, we got to see Salah's dogs barking, but on the other hand, it wasn't as erotic as I hoped it might be. To be honest, it was like looking under Nick Fury's eye patch. Other highlights of the stream include Salah gleefully pointing out the gunfire outside, which apparently they hear on and off every single night.
Babe, you hear that outside?
Yeah?
Shooting guns.
That's guns?
Yeah. Guns. See? Listen.
You guys hear the guns?
And after their gas appliance begins to make a racket in the background, both Foodie and Salah rush to see what's happening.
What if it blows up?
And after the pair of dimwits have analysed the situation thoroughly, they conclude that the problem must have been something to do with someone else, and that they hope there isn't a gas leak. Foodie agrees and returns to the couch, shisha in hand, and begins lighting the coals so she can smoke again.
Maybe it's a gas leak, babe. You did the shisha already?
The coals are mostly, I just have to blow on them a bit.
No.
Just think about that. We may finally have an answer to the age-old question that has plagued Gorlworld for years. Who is more stupid, Anne Boleyn or Chantal? Traditionally, I would say the patron saint of airheads, Anne Boleyn, but immediately lighting a shisha in a room where you yourself suspect a gas leak, that's next level nincompoopery. But still, I take some solace knowing that there's a dark timeline somewhere where that shisha did set off a gas explosion, and both of these absolute cumheads were vaporized into a fried chicken mist.